But there is one member of Team Bigley missing, and it's still lurking in the back of his head, and that is the dissension of Julia Lynn.
Well, we'll see if that rents space in the head of John McChesney or if he's able to keep us focused. We've seen John McChesney against the odds so much over the years, and John is just the latest in a list of legends that are on this card tonight, from the Super Hentais to the Glenn Spectors to the Gambino brothers, on down the line. John McChesney has seen the best. He has been to Monday Night Raw. He has been to TNA Impact, and he has been from the opening match to the main event of nearly every top card in this area. But is he better than Tad Jarvis on this one night?
Tad Jarvis needs to bring his A++ game. And Joe, like I said, veteranship when it comes to McChesney, that experience, and I guess, of course, the young ferocity, the hunger that Tad Jarvis possesses. This one right here is going to be a barn burner and a half. And John McChesney already getting an advantage, you could say.
BC, you have managed talent successfully against John McChesney. What would you advise Tad Jarvis to do if he's ringside, if you're ringside?
Well, if you're going to have a game plan, it's got to be airtight. There can't be any misstep. John McChesney needs very, very little to pull off a victory. He's got that talent. He's got that skill. He will make you look stupid. He will do it in a hurry. If I'm Tad Jarvis, I'm going to say go in there with a game plan. Don't get off of it. If it doesn't go your way from the start, keep whatever that plan you have to wear John McChesney down. Keep that going. Try and put your weight on him. Try and take those. Well, I would advise him to, stick a thumb in the eye or something like that. But
oh my goodness, what an arm drag by McChesney. And Tad Jarvis grabbing that second rope. My God, a little bit of respect here from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, showing both competitors.
I'd suggest so. I would also suggest a rapid pace would favor McChesney. He's not the younger one in the matchup. He's got some aches and pains. McChesney told me earlier he was nursing an injured hip. We'll see if that's an effect in this matchup or not. But McChesney is always at his best when he's at a blistering speed.
And Tad playing a smart maneuver there, trying to keep down, but McChesney, that speed of his, man. You talk about the years of wear and tear that he's had. My God, just the speed of McChesney, still at this age, unbelievable.
I'm curious that McChesney goes to the outside. Did he feel something he didn't like in that feeling out process? Was Jarvis bringing something to Jarvis's offense McChesney wasn't ready for, that he needed to reset for?
I mean, you never see John McChesney just walk out the ring like that. So something was affected, especially when Jarvis kicked the back of that knee. That knee was actually injured in West Newton at the hands of J-Rock. Yeah. There's a familiar name.
Give it up one time. But, I mean, BC, it is a veteran move to show that poise and patience to roll to the outside and come back when it feels a little bit better, right?
Well, absolutely, but that could also hinder John McChesney. Wait a minute.
Up, shoulders down off the Lamaistra cradle. With Jarvis to his feet, and Jarvis able to step out of the way of the arm drag. That time, Oklahoma roll chaps his shoulders, and John gets out of dodge.
To my point, could also hinder John McChesney because he just gave Tad Jarvis an opening. He said, hey, that's bothering me. Now, can Tad Jarvis continue on that?
Look at the determination on the face of Tad Jarvis, and that was a message to John McChesney. Jarvis came back with the arm drag, the very same move McChesney attempted and missed at the beginning of that sequence. Jarvis is trying to beat McChesney out of McChesney match.
And both of these guys know that this is the final spot for that championship scramble qualifier.
Yeah, the true final spot.
That's a great point. And we've seen very deserving individuals. A1, Preston Evers, Tony Johnson. There's not a weak link in the bunch. And to qualify and be prepared for that field, you've got to be the better man here. There's no slipping up and eking one by. This is going to be, may the best man win, as McChesney. You see those drop downs so often. Rarely do they work. McChesney made it work.
My goodness, what a chop that was from McChesney. McChesney, one of the best in the business when it comes to chops, Joe.
He learned it the hard way, fighting off the likes of Low-Key as a young man in his early 20s.
I mean, those knife-edge chops, man, they take a lot out of you. And right now, we are seeing that live here in Greensburg, Pennsylvania. My goodness. You can see the pain on Jarvis's face as they're delivered. Body slam and a beauty. Only a 1 count.
Well, Jarvis, a mark of a smart athlete, getting off his shoulders as quickly as possible. Jarvis is if he wants to make this a McChesney-style matchup, he can't go strike for strike. I don't know of a man in this locker room that can beat McChesney chop for chop.
Nope, has him up. Oh, just drives him into the canvas. McChesney in a little bit of, still working that knee. You can see that still that knee's bothering him.
Well, how long ago was that injury?
5 minutes,
actually,
Sean, 5 minutes.
2 weeks ago.
So 2 weeks ago, this may be John's first match back, and he's got to test it out, feel it out, see if it's ginger, see if it's flexible, if it's nimble. And maybe that plays a part in John's tentativeness as well, because, if you go down with a knee injury, there's no coming back.
Pushes him off the ropes. Jarvis, man, landing on his feet. Has him up. Ooh, atomic drop. Uh-oh. Jeesh punch.
And McChesney, already off balance, wasn't prepared for that, and the momentum takes him to the floor.
Oh, here it goes. Wrist maneuver.
The veteran McChesney baited Jarvis in. John was waiting for Jarvis to come down and met him with another blistering knife edge.
My goodness. I mean, as Jarvis was coming down, like just all that weight, all that impacted. Oh, speaking of the impact, Joe, right against the chair there. My goodness.
You can already see the chest of Tad Jarvis starting to get a nice hue of pink.
Usually when you're in a fight with John McChesney, your chest looks like chopped ham. I don't care who you are.
And that's what it's going to look like if John McChesney has his way.
Jarvis in a little bit of trouble here. Takedown by McChesney. McChesney now, delivered that elbow right in the pressure point, and now just has that reverse chin lock. Locked in, trying to squeeze the air out of the social media icon.
I think Jarvis's biggest asset so far has been unpredictability, has been off the beaten path. And if McChesney can take that away, keep Jarvis in his clutches, it's advantage big league.
Right now, Jarvis trying to fight his way out of it. A couple elbows of solar plexus off the ropes. Big back elbow by big league John McChesney. My goodness.
And it looks like Jarvis landed high. He's favoring his neck.
And now McChesney in control, the veteran. Picks up the youngster, puts him into that opposite corner. Uh-oh. There's only one way to go, and that's not the way you want to. Oh.
And if you lose your balance off one of those chops in that position, it could be over sooner than later for Jarvis.
Even career ending at this point. Right now, though.
Going to be a lot more than a matchup over for Tad Jarvis if he takes too many more of those.
Did you see Tad Jarvis lock his legs, lock his feet around that second turnbuckle there to the top rope, though? Here he comes. Oh, misses him. Has him up. Spine buster.
And Jarvis got all of it. McChesney was jarred, not ready for that. And this could be a turning point in this matchup. Both athletes down. Final spot in next year's championship scramble hanging in the balance.
And from our vantage point, we're able to see the look on McChesney's face. He's hurting right now. McChesney's not a guy that likes to admit that, not a guy that likes to open that weakness up, but Tad needs to take advantage of it right now.
You know, they talk about grit, they talk about fortitude, and all you can think about is definitely John McChesney.
Jarvis trying to live up to that mantra on his own.
Oh, that one kind of took a little bit out of McChesney a little bit. And now Jarvis delivering a couple rights.
Well, keep in mind the importance of footing with those right hands. Jarvis has it with McChesney maybe unable to support properly with that knee. Prawn hold. Jockeying for position.
Off the rope, spear. Beautifully, spear. Two.
Upset. No. And Jarvis thought he had it.
Look at the look on Tad Jarvis's face right now. He thought that was a 3 count. That was, 2.8 milliseconds away of being a 3 count. But my goodness, Jarvis knows he has to pull more out.
With every fiber in his being, Tad Jarvis believed he had gotten the biggest win of his career, only for it to slip between his fingers with less than a second to spare.
Cueing up the band, you could say. Jarvis getting ready, getting his crowd involved here. Catches him.
From the playbook of John McChesney.
Jarvis kicking his legs, able to break free.
Right in that corner, and again, the gingerly on the leg there is McChesney. Big splash. Didn't get as much as he wanted to, though, especially with that injury.
Did he get enough is the question.
Oh, no. Getting out of the Northern Lights. Catches that leg.
Thrust kick. Got Jarvis off balance.
Northern Lights bridge.
Oh, textbook. And got him.
In a time of 9 minutes, 46 seconds, your winner qualifying for the championship scramble, Big League, John McChesney.
Bottom line, the story here, McChesney went for that northern suplex once, but the damage to the knee enabled McChesney, was unable to get the weight positioning he needed to bridge backwards. Needed that thrust kick, needed Jarvis off balance to navigate him over, and as soon as he did, that Northern Lights, the textbook bridge, John McChesney is still the measuring stick, and he's advanced to the championship.
Hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. And you know where we can find that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Mayhem.
That's right.
Sidekick Media Services. We are your sidekick in business for social media, video production, and more. Find out more at sidekickmediaservices.com.